will be watching for jump starts, Fox.
Thank you, thank you. All right, everybody.
Like
so, yep, go ahead.
Is that Mockin one old? 55 Mockin?
Yes.
Okay.
Should be. Is that restarted? Yeah, that's old.
All right.
All right, guys. So, 15-second board is up. Let's see if Dark can get another moto win here in D class.
We're good.
Thank you. So Dark gets a pretty good drive off the start, doesn't find himself right there in first. It's going to be Diogo out in the lead, but Diogo goes down, and so does Dark. So Murray on the PDR Tagger Designs Honda finds himself in the first place spot. It's Connor on the Mick Creations Kawasaki in second. Here comes Humble with a much better start in Moto 2 than he had in number 1. Dalton sitting in fourth. Jay Karen in fifth. It's Mountain Drew on the OPR Kawasaki sitting in sixth. Petrick in seventh. Paradox in 8th, Machine in 9th, John Bowling rounds out your top 10. So let's get up front here, guys, as we have a 4-way battle here for the lead. As Murray still holds on to number 1 spot. Humble trying to make a quick pass on Connor and push himself into the second place spot, but Connor not going to let that happen easy as Dalton makes an inside move on Humble and makes his way around into the 3rd place position. And now Dalton has got his target set on that front number 1 spot. He knows that if he wants to get up there and hold number 1, then he needs to go now. No time to get caught up in drama, no time to fall back and try to hard charge your way through a pack. He's got the leader set in his sights right now, and he's got the potential to get up front and take control of this race. Connor feels the same way as he tries to make a pass on Murray around the outside and ends up connecting with him as this Lommel track and the bumps within it collect Connor and take him down. So Dalton on the Horizon Racing Honda still within a prime position to hunt down Murray and overtake him for the number 1 spot here early in Moto number 2.
Box, who is our Moto 1 winner?
It was Dark on the SD suspension work.
Unfortunately for him, it looked like he was in dead last off the start, so see what he can do.
Yeah, he is. Let's check in with him really quickly. Man, as he is still pretty far back, you can see how much work he has cut out for him. So this is good news for Connor. If for some reason Dark can't work his way up through this pack within the next 13 minutes, Connor is right there in terms of scoring in the D class to be able to take that position away from him and come out with red plates in Moto number, at the end of this Moto. Now it'll be hard to do. Dark's got his he's got his work cut out for him, but he certainly is capable of rising to the occasion. We saw what he did in Moto number 1. But we'll just have to see how it works out. So Murray on the PDR Tagger Designs Honda still sitting in first. Dalton on the Horizon Racing Honda, not trying to let him go easy. I want to go on board with Dalton here and check out this helmet cam as he is trying to hunt down Murray for the number 1 spot. Dalton gets a good drive and tries to make his way around Murray. He makes an inside pass here in the same exact spot where he overtook Humble in lap number 1. And there you have it, guys. New race leader.
Ooh.
Oh, but he makes a mistake and almost goes down. He manages to keep it up on 2 wheels, but just like that, Murray takes the number 1 spot back. Whew. That one got me rattled a little bit, man. Dalton had a good drive, and there he goes, makes another one. Oh, but he's got to keep it clean, and somehow, I don't know, Barber, somehow he managed to keep that thing up on 2 wheels. Murray made a similar mistake right behind him, and he managed to keep it up as well. So Dalton may have found himself in the number 1 spot. Murray may still be very much in contention for that position, but all of that chaos that happened there between those 2 riders just allowed Connor to catch up. So he's lurking back here in 3rd as Murray looked like he sent it a little too hard and almost went down. These guys are just... Man, they're pretty good at correcting mistakes.
Yeah, that was twice there for Dalton, I believe. I don't know how he stayed up.
Yeah. Wild stuff. Let me make sure...
oh, he didn't stay up on that one. He's down.
Nope, he does. He goes down hard.
So Murray's going to make the pass here.
Trying to figure out why... I don't know. Does the stream look a little bit laggy to you, Barber?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's stuttering some.
All right.
He's still working out the kinks, guys, from his new computer, so.
Yeah, I don't know what and why. All right, well, Murray's still sitting in first here.
Yeah, Dalton's struggling back here a little bit. These guys both obviously have the speed. I think Dalton might be a little bit faster, but he's just making some mistakes here.
Man, it's literally the weirdest thing I've ever seen. When I'm clicked off of bikes, the stream works perfect. When I click back onto it to begin playing it and controlling it, it just goes to crap. But still a battle here between Murray and Dalton. Man, these guys are just banging bars here.
Outside.
Yeah, Dalton makes that same pass that Scott did late in Moto number 1, goes around the outside, sweeps around that fast line, and takes the number 1 spot back away from Murray. So let's try to check in here with Connor and figure out where he is, as he has fallen back a little bit and currently sits in 3rd. Mountain Drew in 4th. Scott 822 on the Crash MX Kawasaki is in 5th. Big D on the Moto Factory Yamaha is in 6th. Paradox in a battle for 7th place right now with Diogo, and here comes Humble, who has fallen back just a little bit. Uh-oh. Paradox makes a mistake. Diogo gets collected. Humble almost goes down, but manages to edge by and makes passes on both of those riders. Scott pushing hard, trying to catch up to Mountain Drew. Connor just ahead, trying to ride his own race and catch up to Dalton and Murray. Uh-oh.
Dude, let's take a look at Dark. Holy moly.
Dark has hard charged his way. And what does he currently sit in? He's in 3rd. Dark has hard charged his way from almost dead last or dead last off the start, and now sits in 3rd. So he is trying to catch up to Murray and to Dalton and put himself back into the number 1 spot for Moto number 2.
Might have to look into SD suspensions. Look like they got Lommel figured out.
Man, all right. Still not sure what's going on with the stream. I'll try to figure out what's causing it in between motos, you guys. But here he is, Dark on the SD Suspension Works. Our Moto number 1 winner in the D class has now pushed himself back up into contention for the first place spot, as he is already putting the work in on Murray right now, taking that outside sweeper line, trying to get a good pass on him. Can he do it? Here we go.
Oh, my
Dark trying to
goodness.
overtake, and he does it. He ends up making the pass on Murray. Does it cleanly as well. Gets by, and Dalton goes down over the bars. We have a new race leader, you guys. Dark has once again found himself in the number 1 spot here in Moto number 2, as he has pushed his way up through this pack. Took him about half the moto to do it, but he got there.
When I say he was down at the start, I mean after probably the first or second, probably the second turn, he was down like bad and dead last. And this man has worked his way up from dead last to first place.
Yeah, Lommel is a good track for Dark. Man, Connor had some capability here to potentially put himself in the D class points lead, but Lommel's tough. He's currently sitting in 4th place, I think, battling right now with Mountain Drew and D-Man. And I spot a wild Pibbert in the chat. Pibbert, man, welcome back, dude. How have you been? Thank you so much, Pibbert. Connor gets by Mountain Drew. So Mountain Drew now falls back, I believe, into his 5th place spot, which he was at the end of last lap. Dalton in third, Murray in second, and it is Dark who still sits in that number 1 spot. Thank you as well, LeFou.
Dark is checked out at this point.
Yeah, Dark is just gone. So Mountain Drew crosses the finish line in 4th. Here come Connor and Big D in a battle for that top 5 spot. So right now, every position that Connor earns here on this track will award him 2 more points in the championship. And it looked like Big D actually Mountain Drew went down. So Connor did end up overtaking Big D there and getting Mountain Drew's position as well. So he does sit in 4th. Just like that, that's going to be 4 more points for Connor, I believe. As he was only 3 points down from Dark coming into Moto number 1 here of the D class. 4.5 minutes left here.
Man, they're cutting it close. I didn't realize they were that close in points.
Yeah, so actually Quakes was 1 point up on Dark. Quakes had the red plate coming into this round, and no one's heard from him. So I don't know where Quakes is.
Man.
So Dark and Connor should be easily able to take Quakes' position away from him. I'm sure Quakes will get knocked back to probably 3rd or 4th in the championship, honestly. But these guys ain't complaining.
Dalton's struggling a little. He went down, so that's going to give Connor and Mountain Drew a little bit more opportunity to catch up. Still got a good gap, but he did make a mistake.
Yeah, Connor getting pressured here by Mountain Drew still. It's just popping off in the Twitch chat tonight. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it. 3.5 minutes left as Dark is going to cross the finish line still in 1st. Murray in 2nd. Dalton in 3rd. Connor in 4th. Drew sitting in 5th. It's Scott who finds himself falling back to 6th. Diogo is in a battle with D-Man in the 7th and 8th position. Paradox sitting in 9th. Humble rounds out your top 10. Let's go back and see Jay Karen here, John Bowling, Petrick not having quite as much luck in Moto number 2 as he did in Moto number 1. Gustavo with the Try Hard team is here. Spectre riding for Moto Factory and Machine. So let's get back here and take a look at this battle between Mountain Drew and Connor. Let's actually go on board as Mountain Drew is trying to hunt his way. So let's see what kind of cuts Connor has. Oh, I say that Mountain Drew goes down. Connor does have a 5-second cutting penalty. So even though Drew went down, if he can somehow maintain a 5-second distance or less on Connor, then he can actually edge him out and take his spot away when the checkered flag waves. Uh-oh, Connor makes a mistake as well. So Mountain Drew not so punished for what happened to him earlier, as he is right back in the battle here with Connor. Comes over the wall jump, hits it cleanly, gets down into that groove and jumps back out of it. Takes the inside line trying to chase down Connor still. You can see just off in the distance there, Paradox battling hard. Was battling hard with Humble, but he ends up going down and making a mistake. Big D-Man still trying to chase down Diogo. So as the pack starts to spread out just a little bit, riders are going to kind of be able to race their own race. It's going to be a battle of whoever makes the most mistakes is going to have the most trouble. If Connor can just keep it clean, then he's looking at least a 4th place spot. But the gap that Dark has already put in on Murray is crazy. Let's get a wide shot here on the free roam cam. As you can see, there is Dark heading over the finish line, and the gap that he has put in on Murray is impressive. Here is Dalton sitting in 3rd. So you get an overhead view. You can kind of see how spread out these guys are. Dalton in 3rd, entering the rollers now. Connor in 4th. There is Mountain Drew in 5th. So closest battle I can see for a top spot right now is Mountain Drew and Connor, as Connor makes a mistake on the inside line and goes down. So Mountain Drew is going to get that pass by him, as he now moves back up into the 4th place spot physically. And remember, Connor has cuts, so he is going to be scored 5 seconds behind Mountain Drew, as now here comes Scott capitalizing on another of Connor's mistakes. Connor just got to keep it clean, man. Go ahead, Barber.
Not that it matters too much at this point, but Dark himself does have cuts, but it is 5-second cuts. So.
So really, he's 14 seconds ahead of Murray. But he's being scored as 9 seconds ahead because of his 5-second cuts.
On his best lap time, we'll go over lap times. Dart currently with the best lap of a 2:03, while Murray, your second place, best lap with a 2:08. Dalton with a 2:08, Mountain Drew with a 2:13, and Scott in fifth with a 2:08.
So a lot of riders running faster laps in Moto 2 than they did in Moto 1. Perhaps it's because of the track conditions actually becoming more favorable at Lommel in Moto number 2, or maybe they're just getting a little more comfortable. Connor takes the optimal line there, jumps over the wall. So he is in a heated battle right now with Scott as both of these guys are battling for the top 5 position. Scott technically holds that number 5 spot because of Connor's cut, so Connor's got to click off some gears, find some speed, and get away from Scott if he wants to hold on to the top 5 position. But Scott trying to make a hard charge right now and get past Connor as they are bar to bar as we come into this long straight section here. Who is going to get the lead? Looks like Scott's going to just barely edge out Connor, both of them opting to take the inside line around this sweeper. Connor gets pushed out, gets a good boost of speed there on that wall, but it's not going to be enough to allow him to catch up to Scott right away. Plenty of technical sections remain in this track for Connor to be able to show him who's boss in this battle, but Scott's a quick guy, so we'll just have to see. Let's get down here. Sorry about that. Go back on board. Oh, as I say that, just as I switch off of Connor, he ends up going down in the corner and giving Scott the breathing room that he needs to get out of that battle and back into a comfort zone. So the 2-lap card is out for Dark. Go ahead, Barber.
Murray as well. He has a fairly good gap here on Dalton, but he has 5 seconds penalties as well. So.
A lot of cutting penalties coming out for these guys, so not only are they battling with positions on the track with other riders, but they're battling a clock. Mountain Drew still in 4th, Scott still in 5th. There comes Connor in 6th. So as I was saying, the 2-lap card is out for Dark. His next trip around the finish line will grant him that white flag, and he is looking at going 1-1 here in D-Class tonight for round 8. As a reminder, that after tonight, there's only 2 more rounds of D-Class. There's only 2 more rounds of Backyard in general. Tomorrow night, we will be back for A and B Class round 8. That will top off your lettered class racing for this week. We will have open class racing this weekend. And starting next Monday will be a new week. So 2 more rounds of Backyard after this week. Riders who are in contention for titles, now is the time. Like Dark here, who is sitting 2nd in the D-Class point series coming into this race, will maintain not only the top 3, but he will take the number 1 spot in the D-Class going into next week's racing.
I can't believe there's only 2 rounds left after that. Crazy. Blown by.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's already been 8 weeks. So the white flag is out for Dark on the SD Suspension Works Kawasaki. Murray coming in 2nd. Dalton still in 3rd. Scott in 4th. Looks like he has made his way around Mountain Drew, so Mountain Drew gets pushed back into 5th. Connor still in 6th. So let's see if Mountain Drew has what it takes to try to catch up to Scott and make a pass on him during the last lap.
Man, Connor just got another 5 seconds, so he's up to 10 seconds in cuts.
Uh-oh, Mountain Drew goes down and makes a mistake there just at the finish and gets the slow wobbles. Let's get off
man,
Mountain Drew.
Stuck.
Yeah, bad time.
So that's going to give Connor the chance to catch up, which he does, but as I stated, he actually has 10 seconds of cuts now, so hurting him pretty bad. Last lap, guys. Dark's going to come through. He's going to be your Moto 2 winner. Back to back. Moto 1 and 2. Congratulations to him, man.
Yep, so there's Dark taking the checkers, guys. Sorry, I'm using the kind of the downtime between the end of this moto and the start of C-Class to figure out what's going on with the stream. So while we wrap this one up, it looks like it is going to be Murray on the PDR Tagger Designs Honda who takes your second place spot. Dalton with Horizon Racing Honda is going to come through in third. Making a small mistake there just before the finish, but no big deal. He's got a pretty good gap on Scott. As I say that, you can see Scott coming there off in the distance, so one more of those could have been bad for Dalton, but nevertheless, he will take it. Scott on the Crash MX. Oh no, the situation that Dalton just got himself into actually pushed him back to fourth due to cuts. Looked like he was really comfortable there, but his cutting penalties actually got the best of him, and it is going to be Scott who takes the third place podium. Wow, Dalton down bad. So this just in from Horizon Racing Honda team owner Landry. Dalton is now banned from the team. For that rookie mistake. No tolerance from Landry. Connor comes across the finish line in 7th, Gustavo in 8th, Humble in 9th, but Connor and Gustavo's cuts allow Humble to actually take the 7th place position. Diogo moves up in front of Connor and Gustavo as well, so really bad situation there for Connor and Gustavo as their cuts get the best of them. Here comes Peter crossing in 11th, Jay Karen in 12th. See if Paradox can manage to fully ghost ride over the finish here. Yikes. Paradox having a bad time. Crosses in 13th. Spectre in 14th. And it should be John Bowling who rounds out our D-Class Moto 2. So there you have it, guys. Dark with SD Suspension Works takes the number 1 spot in Moto 2 and today's overall for the D-Class. Murray in 2nd, Scott in 3rd, Dalton in 4th, and Mountain Drew rounding out